Warning, this podcast episode contains swearing, drinking, mentions of abortion, infanticide, bestiality, and general birth stuff. I know. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to Demons and Bellinis, the podcast where we whip up a drink and talk about some spooky shit. I'm the kid who took loving Harry Potter and Halloween Town a bit too far. I'm Molly.
Oh, what does that mean?
It's because I became a witch.
Oh.
It's not that I a book or anything. You heard it here first. I'm not a book.
And I'm here to tell you that in the 1800s, somebody thought it'd be a good idea to call a penis a liver smasher. I'm not kidding. Hey there, big boy. I want to ride on your liver smasher. You were not ready for that?
I think I'm gay now.
We already were.
I was, but I think I'm even more gay than I was when I started this episode. I'm romancing a dude in Stardew Valley. I think I'm gonna switch to not him.
You don't want to see his liver smasher?
I don't want to see his liver smasher.
Who said that and was like, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, God. Today, I will be talking about the strange case of Agnes Bowker. So, grab a beverage of your choosing, get cozy, check your closet for demon babies, and remember to stay peachy.
Demon babies, you say? Are we talking about the Jersey Devil?
No.
Aww.
We're not. No.
Aww.
Okay. So, I don't know where and how to start with this story. When I found it, and I was like, this is a lot, and I don't know if I can do it, because it's a lot. So, I discussed it with our pregnant friend, because I feel like I should run it by someone who is pregnant. And I was like, hey, do you think it'd be chill if I did this story? Because it is a lot. And she was like, yeah, you should totally do that story. So I'm gonna do this story.
Love it. Yeah, me and Ashley met up before to get alcohol and food. And she was like, you're going to have so much fun with this. So I am very hyped for this.
This is what our podcast has been missing. When you think of demons, you think of weird-ass whack shit. You think of that one Vine where it's like, his clothes, whack. His shoes, whack. His hat, whack. His glasses, whack. The way he walks, whack. Me, I'm cool.
Me, I'm tight as
I love that one.
the way you doesn't even smile, whack.
But like,
I don't know what you're talking about. When I think of demons, I always think of, I'm going out, do you want anything? The souls of the undead. A bagel. No!
Well, I think of
Two
like
bagels.
I think of those woodcuts where demons are like torturing people when I think of demons.
Mm-hmm.
And this story is just that.
Mm.
Alright, so this is the case of Agnes Bowker.
Okay.
I don't know where to start, so I'm just gonna start here.
Okay, sounds good.
In 1568... we're going a long way back. Long way back. 1568. You already know this is going to be a fun time.
I'm excited.
A whole bunch of people just died from the plague and I'm ready to party!
Woo!
Shut up. So, in 1568, a young servant in Leicestershire, England, named Agnes Bowker, who was born around 1540, she became pregnant. This wasn't a good thing because she was unmarried and didn't have the financial support.
Right.
Her father, Henry Bowker, was a butcher before he passed away, leaving his wife and daughter. So this sounds like the typical tragic tale of an unmarried woman in this time having a child.
Mm.
Except she didn't give birth to a child. She gave birth to a demon cat.
I'm sorry. This is why I said, are we talking about the Jersey Devil? Because that sounds very similar to the alleged origin story of the Jersey Devil.
I was thinking of the woman who gave birth to pieces of rabbits.
I'm sorry?
You haven't heard of that story
I have
either?
not heard of that story.
Oh my god, that one was...
Oh my god.
To summarize quickly, I can't remember the exact name of it, but there's this woman also in England who she was falling on some, like, I think also in some pretty financial difficulties, and so she claimed to be, like, that she was pregnant, and then she gave birth to pieces of rabbits, and then it kept happening, like, not, like, over a span of years, like a normal pregnancy would, but within, like, weeks and days.
Oh, Jesus.
She kept giving birth to pieces of rabbits.
Oh, jeez.
And it, like, went to, like, Parliament in London and stuff like that. And
Pieces of rabbits?
Yeah, and then it was revealed that she was putting pieces of rabbits up.
Oh, God.
And then giving birth to them. And she eventually died of an infection, I think.
Oh, jeez. The origin story of the Jersey Devil is, this lady was having her 13th child, I think, and she was just, like...
unlucky.
Well, she was, like... Or I think she was just really mad or something. She was like, I hope I give birth to a demon, that she did. And then that's the origin story of the Jersey Devil.
Alright, well, this one is a little bit different.
Demon cat?
It's a demon cat.
Is this the plot of Pet Sematary by Stephen King?
No, it is not.
That sounds like a Stephen King-ass novel.
This woman gave birth to a demon cat! Alright.
Stephen King does some very uncomfortable sex scenes.
Yeah. So if this story, it doesn't have a lot of description about things coming out of wombs and vaginas, like the rabbit story does.
That's good.
But we do talk about childbirthing and also a little bit of abortion, so if you don't want to hear about that, I understand. So, one of the 6 to 7 midwives, Agnes Bowker, for a young servant girl, had 6 to 7 midwives, which is a lot, which is a little bit odd for the time. A lot of people have even pointed out that seems really weird that she would have 6 to 7 midwives, but she did. So one of the 6 or 7 midwives present, then I say 6 or 7 because multiple sources had varying either 6 or 7. So, yeah.
6.5?
6.5. So one of them present said that, quote, she was at the birth of the monster. The wives willed her to fetch a candle, for they had not light. And when she came in with the candle, she saw the monster lie on the earth, and she thinketh it came out of Agnes Bowker's womb. End quote. By the way, I'm going to be reading some Old English to you guys in a little bit.
Oh, hell yeah.
I love Old English.
Are you going to do, like, an Old English language?
It's been translated, but a lot of it is still the same.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
There's actually, this one university near us that offers an Old English language course.
Yeah. You should totally do it. I did a medieval literature class last semester. It was a lot of fun. It was really cool.
Yeah. I study majority early modern literature, so.
Nice.
Not medieval, but kind of close. I did do Beowulf once, though, and that was really fun.
I did a part of it, and it was just like...
Have you ever read Canterbury Tales? I mean, we all know that we don't
read
Canterbury Tales, but...
off.
Off. Have you ever read... oh, God, there's this... I'll have to lend it to you, but the Decameron was actually what Chaucer stole it from.
Yeah. That's what we talked about in my class, too.
I had the Decameron. I can lend it to you
I read one of the stories from the Decameron. Maybe
I'll lend it to you.
Anyways!
It's really good.
So, it should be noted that for some unknown reason, none of the midwives actually saw the birth of this demon cat. So they all went out to get things that were needed for the birth, because I guess, like, I don't know, they just needed 6 or 7 objects for this birth. And they come back, and apparently the cat is on the floor by her feet. But, so it seems like no one actually saw it come out of her, but then there are other stories that say that it was inside of her. So, I'll get to that. So... William Bullion, William
Billiam?
No, Bullion.
William Billiam?
Bullion.
Billiam?
Bullion.
Billiam?
God, get out of here. So, William Bullion, a physician and cleric. Can you stop?
I'm sorry.
So William Bullion, a physician and cleric, he mentions Agnes Bowker's demon cat child in the 1573 edition of his book, A Dialogue Against the Fure Pestilence, with his character named Roger saying, quote, and here's my Old English, I'm gonna suck. I hear say there is a young woman born in the town of Harborough, one Bowker, a butcher's daughter, which of late God wrote is brought to bed of a cat, or had delivered a cat, or if you will, she is the mother of a cat, which basically talks about this woman gave birth to a cat, a demon cat. And then in the same book, another character, he says, quote, it is a lie, Roger, believe it not. It was but a cat. It had bacon found in it. I know how to read.
You've had vodka. You're forgiven.
It is a lie, Roger, believe it not. It was but a cat. It had bacon found in the belly and straw. It was an old cat, and she a young queen. I looked that up to make sure that it didn't mean it mean woman. You're welcome.
Belly.
That's what it says!
It just makes me laugh. The belly.
Belay.
Belly.
Belai. It probably was belai. I'm just trying to sound fancy.
Mm-hmm.
So so I'll explain why this character said that later, that there was bacon found in its belly or its stomach. So there's two different varying opinions of this now, as you can tell from that one book, is that one side people think it was actually a demon cat, other people were like, no, it was a hoax.
Yeah.
So because of the gossip that spread about Agnes's demon cat child...
I hope I'm just picturing her with a little, like, bassinet, like a little, like, stroller, just having a little cat in a bonnet.
Little demon cat.
That's just really adorable to me.
Oh my god. So
Did she name the kitty cat?
It was not named.
What the
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Can you name it?
I mean, you could, but I think...
Can you name it for me?
Oh, God. Asshole.
No. No, my name's Gunther. Gunther the demon cat.
I think Gunther was dead when it was found. I think that was the point.
Oh. He was dead?
Yeah, like when it came out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
Poor Gunther.
So an official investigation was launched. A secular hearing was also set up to examine the evidence and to see if a crime, such as infanticide had been committed. Infanticide had been committed. It should be noted that during this time was the height of witchcraft trials in England. The Malleus Maleficarium was written by Heinrich Kramer in Germany in 1487, and no doubt would have reached England by this time. Mm-hmm. So it is worth just pointing that out. The Malleus Maleficarium is the Hammer of the Witches in English.
Yep.
And it was basically a book on how to hunt down, persecute, and execute witches. Mm-hmm. Yep. I've read most of it. It's really disturbing.
I've never read it.
You can find it online for free, the whole thing.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah. I mean, how many deaths did that cause?
Heinrich Kramer is associated with about 450 plus deaths.
Yeah.
Not directly, but indirectly.
Indirectly, yeah.
Which is nasty.
That is very nasty. Have you ever, I'm sure you have, but have you ever looked into the witch trials of England?
Well, yeah,
a lot of them are
Yeah. I know that Heinrich Kramer was behind a priest being executed for witchcraft.
I know that one.
Which was pretty... That case, I still remember because it was pretty disturbing.
Yeah, that was really disturbing. That was one where he walked around for, like...
Yeah.
Have you heard of the Pendle Child case?
Maybe not.
That one's very interesting. That one was a daughter who convicted her entire family of witchcraft.
Ew. That just sounds like she's trying to get back at her family.
Yeah. It was an interesting case.
Interesting.
Yeah. A lot of the witch trial cases are interesting more in the fact that it's not interesting in, like, the way, like, oh, that's, like, cool. But, like...
It's just interesting seeing how people in this time period... Because when I think, like, so much back then was just kind of, like, you and the whole world around you. And that's kind of frightening when it's, like, it's silent. You're kind of, like, just fending for yourself kind of thing. And so, like, people... I remember, like, reading, too, about, like, the American witch trials, where a lot of that stemmed from people being scared of the woods. Yeah. Right? And they didn't know what was in the woods. They had no explanation for what could be out there. Yeah. So when weird shit started happening, they immediately went to what their grandparents knew about in Europe, which was witches. Yeah. Right? So it's kind of like that fear of the unknown driving these people.
It's very interesting, yeah. Back when I was 13, we had, like, these, like, little speech class, like a little, like, speech that you do. A lot of people were, like, talking about, like, I don't know, what do kids do speeches on?
I plagiarized one of mine entirely off of Wikipedia, and I would never caught.
Oh, I love that.
You can't fuck with me. It was in middle school, so it's not gonna haunt me. I can say it now.
Yeah. Well, everyone did, like, their speech on, like, I don't know, random shit, like dogs, I don't know. And then I was the kid who who was like, so the Salem witch trials.
Yep.
Because, yeah, it's really fascinating in the kind of, like, the way that you find, I don't know, like, true crime or paranormal podcasts interesting. It's a dark fascination that people have.
Yeah. Yeah. I think people just have a general fascination with the unknown in general, whether it be space, the ocean, ghosts, murder, because literally, how do you explain murder? I think that's also, like, a verge of the unknown. Like, most people will never experience what it's like to murder or be murdered in their lives.
Hopefully.
Yes. That's something that people should never have to experience. So it's kind of like, people listen to these stories. Thank you for listening to our podcast about the unknown. But people listen to them because it just gives us, like, a little glimpse into something that we will probably never know. Like the black hole photo. F*** y'all for saying it's pixelated. That is a feat of science, and you saying that it looks pixelated, you're boring.
God.
You're boring. Literally, if you say that people say, or like if people say that the black hole photo is like not aesthetic or it's like pixelated, you are boring.
The first photos of Pluto were pixelated as We only got a good picture of Pluto. Like, what was that? A couple of years ago when we saw the little heart thing? Yeah. And that was adorable. I love that. But yeah, no. Astronomy is not going to have, like, a DSLR level of shit.
They're not going to put a Instagram filter over it, jackass.
Yeah, no. You can't have, like, HD black holes. It's a black hole.
Hey, if
Shut up!
If you take a photo of my black hole, it can be in HD.
I knew that was coming.
I hate those jokes.
Keep on talking about...
I hate asshole jokes about the black hole.
Please continue talking about my boy Gunther. Who is dead.
Oh, we just got approved to be on Google Play Music, so if you're listening to us on Google Play Music, howdy do!
I'm surprised that they approved us. Yeah. We're approved.
Yay! Howdy, Google Play.
Howdy, Google Play.
Alright, so local men, they told investigators that they had examined and dissected the cat that Agnes claimed to have given birth to, and they found bacon in its stomach, just as Sias describes in Bullian's book. They also said that Agnes had recently, quote, tried to borrow a cat, and that her neighbor's cat had gone missing not long before this as well.
Okay.
Yeah, just...
Sounds suspicious.
Sounds suspicious! So another midwife, her name was Margaret Roos, R-O-O-S, claims that while she hadn't actually seen the baby, it had, quote, pricked her, end quote, with its claws while still in the womb. And although none of them had actually seen it come out of the body, it was claimed that they had all gone to fetch what was needed for the birth and came back to see the cat at Bowker's feet, as I stated earlier. So, making it even more bizarre, another midwife named Elizabeth Harrison, she said that Bowker had told her of meeting a woman in the countryside who told her that she would give birth to a beast called a moon calf. Have you heard of moon calves before?
I've not heard of moon
They're
calves.
apparently are a character in the Harry Potter world, but I never got into Harry Potter, so I don't really know.
That's fair.
But a moon calf comes from European superstition, and it refers to a monstrous birth or the abortive fetus of a cow or another farm animal. They believe that these creatures were the result of the moon's sinister influence on fetal development.
Leave the moon out of this. I feel really bad. There was a full moon last night, and I was too tired to do anything, so I'm going to do something tonight. And
was it the pink moon?
Here's the thing. It was technically full at 4 a.m. this morning, so... Technically last night, I guess, but I'm going to do it tonight because I was too tired yesterday.
Valid. The moon understands. The moon is a nice lady.
She is.
But I think it's just interesting that this is a case of, like, classic European folklore with the moon calf. And I love this image of Bowker meeting this woman in, like, a field somewhere. And this woman giving her this prophecy. Like, it sounds very, like, walking through the field in a white dress and prophecies and witchcraft, and I am all about that aesthetic.
Yeah. You know I'm all about that.
So, already more people thought that she had actually given birth to a demon, or that this was caused by a demon. Agnes' story about how this happened changed, but they all included a demon. So, there's two kind of versions. The second one's a little bit whack. But we'll get there when we get there. So in the first story, Agnes claimed that the father was a shape-shifting creature, which the midwife Elizabeth Harrison described seeing. And Harrison said that, quote, it had the likeness of a bear, sometimes like a dog, sometimes like a man, end quote. And that Agnes had sexual relations with it several times.
It sounds kind of similar, like, to, like, early European folklore about witches having to have sex with the devil in order to gain their powers, and you'd have, like, a witch's mark. Which, by the way...
Wait, does that mean that witch's mark is a hickey, but, like, a permanent hickey?
It could be anything. It could even be, like, a little mole, and I'm covered in that shit. I mean, I would be...
No, I know, but, but was that, like, the meaning where it's, like, you're supposed to have sex with it, and then the devil's mark, was that, like, just, like, a hickey from, like, the sex?
I think so.
Bitch.
He leaves his mark on you.
Is that...
And it would be, like, a little... Like, it would be, like, a scar or, like, a little freckle, and I'm covered in freckles. So it's, like... I mean, I would be...
Satan's kinky.
I mean, like, obviously, like, I'm a witch. There are several other reasons
have
why I could have... I have not had sex with the devil.
Does he have intimate knowledge of your body?
He asked me if I want to live deliciously. Yeah, I mean, like, I practice witchcraft. I would be tried anyway, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to sound disrespectful. But then, like...
Does that mean then that I would be tried as, like, an associate to your crimes?
Probably. I mean, we've never gone into the woods and danced naked together, so I think we'd be okay.
Don't talk like that. Like, that can't happen. Because if we get enough ladies who want... Or dudes who want to dance naked in the woods...
I would do it.
Is out, sun's out. No, sorry, out, moon's out.
Well, like, okay, as I'm going to, like, Europe in a little bit, I want to go to all these old churches, and me and Ashley were talking about the dress code going there. And, like, and how you have to have your shoulders covered and like, your knees covered. Yeah, and I was just thinking about, like, I'm not going there to worship, obviously. I'm going there to appreciate the historical significance, and I think that energies in churches are kind of cool. Mm-hmm. I think that worship places are cool in general.
Are you going to dance naked in a church?
Probably not. I would like to, though. Yeah. But then I was just thinking about, like, wow. The good thing about witchcraft is that it's, like, very widely accepted to just do it skyclad. That's the term.
Skyclad?
Skyclad is the term.
That
just
sounds...
can do it naked. It's great.
Like the armor that's the Sky Clan and Warrior Cat series.
Yeah, Skyclad is being naked while you're performing rituals. Nice. And that's... Yeah, Yeah, it's a great uniform.
Moon's out, tits out.
Exactly.
So, going back to Agnes having sex with a shape-shifting creature.
Yes, let's get back to that.
Because that's an important topic.
That is.
So, in his book, Travesties and Transgressions in Tudor and Stuart England, Tales of Discord and Dissension, that's a lovely title for an academic book. I love this title. David Cassie describes that quote, Agnes said that a thing came onto her as she was in bed, and lay the first night very heavy upon her bed, but touched her not. The next night she saw it was in the likeness of a black cat. By the moonlight it came into her bed and had knowledge of her body on several occasions. Which sounds a little bit gross.
Sounds a lot a bit gross. Ugh. I'm gonna have to put a warning up for bestiality.
Yeah! This is the bestiality episode! Sorry, guys.
I mean, we've also talked about Victorian era hentai.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is not the first time we've talked about bestiality on this podcast.
Demons love that, right? Huh? This episode's bizarre. I'm sorry, guys. I just picked the most bizarre thing that...
Well, we needed that after the,
yeah.
Not the last two.
It's been a little bit heavy the last little while, so I thought that I would mix things up with...
Thank you.
Shane Dawson. No. I did not have sex with my cat. I didn't put my penis anywhere near my cat. I can't believe I have to say this. God, okay, legit, I had no idea about that meme. I had no idea what that was the thing that was happening, and then I saw Shane Dawson's... Am I saying his name right?
Yeah.
I saw his tweet. I saw that tweet, and I was like, what the f*** is going on?
Yeah.
bitch. Anyways.
This is why clarifying when you're joking is very important. Lest you get accused of
fucking your cat.
Of on your cat. We're gonna have to bleep that so many things out. God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. And it's about to get a whole lot worse. Are you ready? Put your seatbelt on. Okay, so another story is that I only found this from one of the main sources, and this one had, like, a lot to it, so this is why I'm including it. So another story is that the schoolmaster named Mr. Brady sent, quote, a thing, end quote, to her in the likeness of a man, and she slept with him. Not the schoolmaster, but the thing that the schoolmaster sent to her. When questioned about her pregnancy and its outcome, she went from saying that she had given birth to a child who had been nursed at Gillisborough to saying that she had given birth before Christmas to a dead child, which was buried in Little Bowden. Then she changed her mind and said she didn't know what had happened when she gave birth in January, but the midwife told her that the monster came out of her body. So Agnes kind of bounces all over the place with these varying stories, but all of them seem to include either a dead child or a demon and a dead child. So all of this was referred to Henry Hastings, the Earl of Huntingdon, on the 18th of February, 1569. Should be noted the demon cat was born in January of 1569.
69?
Yeah. And then Anthony Anderson, the Archdeacon's Commissionary, he passed...
Also, if you guys hear anything downstairs, it's just because there's people in the house, so...
Should I give them a memento?
No, it's okay. I just wanted to put that up there in case I can't edit it out.
Yep. So, the Archdeacon's Commissionary passed on a drawing of the cat and the results of the examination of the cat and another cat as comparison. So you have the demon cat and then a regular cat. And full transcripts of testimonies were all passed on to William Cecil, Queen Elizabeth I's Secretary of State. So Queen Elizabeth I heard about this. She too requested a full trial instead of dismissing it, so which seems to suggest that she too suspect. Which seems to suggest that she too believed that either a crime had been committed or witchcraft had been committed. So in court, Agnes and her midwives continued to claim that it was a demon child and the father was a shape-shifting demon. In the end, Agnes was found not guilty of infanticide or of any crime, really, and it remains undetermined what Agnes actually gave birth to. David Casey, he goes on to point out that, quote, it mattered little... Oh my god, I can't talk today.
It's okay.
It mattered little whether Agnes gave birth to a bastard or to a beast, or whether she had murdered her baby.
A bastard beast.
Bastard. But it became a matter of public concern when people saw threatening portents or significance in this apparent violation of nature, and when credulous Catholics gained ground by exploiting a dubious story. Abnormal births and bestial intrusions were shocking reminders of the unpredictability of the universe and of the power of hidden forces to subvert everyday routines. At times of crisis, they assumed political dimensions as auguries of alterations of kingdoms and portents of destruction of princes. It should come to no surprise, then, to find the government attempting to control or neutralize such reports in 1569.
I have a question that's not really relevant, but kind of relevant. Was England Catholic or Protestant at the time?
If it's Queen Elizabeth, then it's Protestant.
Okay.
Yeah. But then again, you still have a large majority of, like, Catholics.
Right, yeah,
well. Yeah. But yeah, it was her father who created the whole Protestant thing. Because he did it to divorce Catholic America.
Right, yeah.
So, kind of what he's saying there is, like, stories like these shock people, and it tends to get out of control. So that's why the government would go to such lengths to try and neutralize it. And also, it kind of brings to light the whole, like, you can't kind of predict what can happen when you're pregnant kind of thing.
Yeah.
And, like, a woman giving birth to a cat is also not normal.
I mean, yeah, I would say so.
That's not normal.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like this scared people, right?
Yeah.
So of course Queen Elizabeth and her government would have to do something because it's
yeah.
weird, man. And also it also brings like kind of discussions about how I think relevant today, how people still talk about abortion and stuff like that, because a lot of people are like, oh, it's not natural. But it's like, okay, but you can't control what happens in a pregnancy, and sometimes you need to have one. Mm-hmm. And that's just how it is.
Yeah.
So.
Plus, if you aren't prepared to have a child, then I don't know why you would...
Just have a demon cat.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that there's not a lot of adequate support for mothers, single mothers who are, like, below the poverty line. And so in some cases, the view is that it's better to abort than give a child an unhappy life. Mm-hmm. If you're not prepared to take care of a child. This is what we were talking about at the beginning of our last episode.
Yeah.
If you aren't prepared to take a child, then don't have a child.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to realize that it's more cruel to bring a child into the world than to not bring it into the world. Hmm. Yeah. And that's the heavy truth.
Yeah.
That's the tea.
That's the tea.
That's the tea with Tati. Sorry, I'm just trying to make it light because I know that this is a super heavy topic for a lot of people. Yeah. Moving on. So after the trial of 1569, it is unknown what happened to Agnes Bowker. There are no records to show us where she went, what she did, or when she died. What does remain is Anthony Anderson's drawing of the cat, which is originally done in red ink, which I'm going to show you now.
Oh, I love Gunther.
This photo will be posted on our Instagram and Twitter.
Oh, I love that.
It is bizarre.
Good kitty.
But does it look like a normal cat? To be honest, though...
It's a very long cat.
People in the medieval ages had no idea how to draw animals. Babies. Have you seen What?
They don't know how to draw babies either.
They don't know how to draw animals either. Have you ever seen a medieval painting of a giraffe? Look it up. Have. It's hilarious. It's so... It's legit. They ask people to draw a giraffe, but they've never seen a giraffe. What's a giraffe? What's a giraffe? So that brings me to the end of my delightful story of Agnes Bowker giving birth to a demon cat. What do you think? Did you actually give birth to a demon cat? Was this a moon calf? Or was this a hoax?
I think this was a hoax.
This was a hoax?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with hoax here.
Hoax.
But I mean, it's a fun story.
It's a fun story.
I friggin' love that.
What does it for me that makes it a hoax is the fact that nobody saw it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big thing, right?
Yeah. The
fact that she talked to somebody about cats and the cat that had, like, disappeared from the...
and, like, what the woman who gave birth to rabbit parts, she got away with it for so long because people saw her actually giving birth to them. Mm-hmm. And that's how she got away with it for so long, until she finally got caught.
Yeah.
Putting stuff in there. Sorry, guys.
Let's not kink shame her, though, but to kink shame her. I don't care what you're doing as long as you're not getting an infection.
She did get an infection.
Exactly.
So one theory that I saw being tossed around was that possibly this was a cover-up because she was unmarried, and perhaps this was better than the consequences she would have faced as an unmarried woman just having a child in general.
Yeah.
Right? So it kind of leaves you with the question of, like, do you think this was just her trying to get attention, or was it possibly because this was better than what she would have faced?
Yeah. I hate to say it, but I think it was a way out.
It was a way out, yeah. That's what I think, too. And, like, she had so many women in on it as well. It's kind of like a lot of them would know, too, that, like, she was not in a good situation. So they'd probably be like, hey, yeah, we'll help you get out of this. Yeah. We're going to do something wacky and wild, but we're going to get you out of this. Yeah. Right? And, like, in the end, too, she did get out of it. We don't know what happened to her. So. Yeah. Yeah. Would you have a Bellini with Miss Agnes Bowker?
She needs a Bellini.
She
needs a Bellini. As long as she doesn't give birth to any cats, then we're all good.
And that's all I got. Don't give birth to any cats out there, folks. If you feel claws, it might be the devil.
Would you like to live deliciously?
It sounds fun.
What is that like to live deliciously?
I hate ASMR.
Which is funny, because you make my life a living hell every time you do ASMR.
It just sounds so stupid.
What is that like to live deliciously?
Just friendly reminder, we're going to be taking a hiatus in 2 episodes. Just want to give you guys a heads up there again. Even though we've been mentioning it for a while, but yeah. Support us on Coffee. And we'll see you guys next 2 weeks.
That's a sentence.
Next 2 weeks. Next time on the Demons and Bellinis show. Spooky Saturdays.
We might actually have Penis.
Penis?
No. We won't. I don't know.
No.
Huh?
So sorry. Yes.
We need to end this now.
Yeah. Stay peachy, everyone. Stay sexy.
Don't have baby cats.
Don't have baby cats. Unless they are not coming from you. If your cat has babies, then that's good for your cat.
But if you're giving birth to a cat...
That's where we
I
draw
have
the
some
line.
questions.
Yeah, at least a few questions. 1 or 2.
1. Are you ashamed of...
Bye!
Thank you so much for tuning in this week, and we hope that you enjoyed the episode. This episode features the voices of Molly Lorette and Ashley Smith. Our theme music was composed and produced by Larry Lorette. Our cover image was designed by Ashley Smith, and sound editing was done by Molly Lorette. Have any comments, concerns, or cases you want us to cover? Email us at demonsandbellinis@gmail.com. You can also find us at Demons and Bellinis on Tumblr, Demons and Bellinis on Instagram, and at DBellinis on Twitter. That's capital D and capital B. You'll also be able to find case pictures tweeted out there and posted to our Instagram. Also, make sure that if you like what we do here, drop us a donation at Ko-fi, which you can find through our Twitter. Thanks again, and we hope that you keep your ears open.